it's Doris, and I'm going to do the beautiful book covers tag today, and this is one I'm very excited about because I love a beautiful book cover. I just view them as little works of art, and when the cover is gorgeous and it ties in with the book perfectly, it's just magic. So the first question is share 5 of your favorite beautiful book covers. And number 1 is obviously Commonwealth by Ann Patchett. This book, I fell in love with the cover. I had never read anything by Ann Patchett. I think I just saw it at a used bookstore and for some reason didn't grab it when I could, and that was a mistake because it just stayed on my mind. And yeah, I just kept talking about it, and finally somebody bought it for me for my birthday. Thank you again, Mamey. But yeah, this cover is stunning. I love it in its simplicity, and I haven't read it yet, but soon. And the next one that did the same thing to me, and I didn't talk about it as much on my channel in a covetous manner because I was still talking about Commonwealth at the time, and I didn't want to, seem like I was just wanting book covers, but I am. So the next one was the Essex Serpent by Sarah Perry, and I remember seeing this one in a book haul video and going, oh my gosh, that's stunning, I want it so bad. And I don't like to just buy covers without knowing if the book's good or not, so I did wait and anxiously wait on pins and needles, and finally Alexandria did a wrap up with this included and said she loved it. So, and after that, I mean, it's just been snowballing. This is on the long list for the Bailey's Prize this year, and it's probably got a good chance of making the short list, so we'll see. But stunner. Haven't read it yet either. I just got these 2 this month, so. And then this one is just delightful. This was a heart-stopping moment when I saw it, and luckily I saw it on a review wrap-up video, so I knew right away that I would like it. And it was on Michael's Reads, and he just gushed about it. He gushed and gushed as he was reviewing it, so I'm very excited to read this one as well. Another one that I haven't read yet, The Master and Margarita by Mikhail Bulgakov. I mean, this to me is the epitome of a fabulous cover because it's one that tells a story. You can just see all the story elements in it, and I think it's just going to be one of those where it's fascinating to see how the cover details are revealed as you're reading the story. So yeah, stunner, delightful. And then this one is curious to me. This is another one that I saw on just a haul video, I think, and I waited to see a few reviews on it, and I haven't heard as much about this one as I have the Essex Serpent, but I have seen a couple of positive reviews. And this one I think is interesting because the cover is me. It's so me, but in a darker way. And the story isn't one, I mean, it's something that I like, but it's not something I read often. And I'm curious to see, it's Idaho by Emily Ruskovich. I'm really curious to see how this cover plays out with this story, because the story is like, kind of gives you the idea, the impression that there might be an axe murder happening in this one. And here it is with these gorgeous lilies, but the darkness behind them is very intriguing, so we'll see. And then this one is one that I bought because I like the author a lot, and I originally got it in paperback, and the cover's nice, but it wasn't any, oh wow, beautiful cover list. But then I happened to find it on clearance at Books A Million recently, and the hardcover is just, they really they really did a good job. They majorly wow factored it. This is Gregory Maguire's After Alice. It's a kind of a sequel to Alice in Wonderland. And yeah, so the cover, this cover looks a lot like the paperback, but the trick is it's vellum. So it's got this lovely translucent quality to it, and beneath it, the actual hardcover is a map of London, or part of London. So yeah, that's a nice deal there, and you can see the hardcover kind of peeking through the vellum of the dust jacket. So yeah, that's a good one. So then, those are some of my most beautiful books. The next question is, maybe you're supposed to pick one, but I grabbed 3. Your favorite color. And I don't have a favorite color, to be quite honest. I love color. I just love color. But my current favorite color for book jackets is orange for some reason. I'm very attracted to orange covers right now. So, Colson Whitehead's The Underground Railroad, I think, is a very beautiful cover and just very graphically portrays the novel. I like it a lot. And then I waited until I could find the UK edition of Homegoing by Ya Jessie, because this is a stunner. This could easily be on my top 5 beautiful covers list as well. The only disappointment I have with this is that UK paperbacks, I don't like the quality of them as often. Like, this one has a really stiff cover, and it's not as, it's not that fabric-y feeling cover and floppy binding. I don't know. But UK cover designs are the top. So eventually I might upgrade to a hardcover in this. I don't know. But those are gorgeous orange covers. And then this one I found recently, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Another gorgeous orange cover, and I really like the pop of navy and yellow on the back. Yeah. So orange is a lovely color for books. And then the next question is your least favorite color, and I do have a least favorite color. It is purple. So I did find a purple book in my stash, Flight Behavior by Barbara Kingsolver. And this looks okay. And I'm not downing it because of the color choice. This is a cover fail in my opinion. A straight up cover fail. I don't even know what they were thinking. The potential for this cover is amazing. This story, Barbara Kingsolver, all of her books that I've read tend to have some aspect of a social issue. And this one in particular is about the plight of the monarch butterfly. And so she very poetically describes the monarch butterfly's hibernation almost in spiritual terms as flame on the mountains. And monarch butterflies are orange, in case you didn't know that fact. So yeah, monarch butterflies, fire on the mountain, and this is what they come up with? What? I don't get it. And the little pattern here, I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Like, I mean, you could call them bird wings maybe, but it's not about birds, it's butterflies. I don't get it at all. Cover fail. Then the next one is your favorite classic, and I don't have a lot of classics yet in my collection because I just started collecting books this year. I mean, I have a few from my childhood and books that I've kept along the way, but as far as intense buying books to keep and collect, I just started that. And so I just grabbed my absolute favorite classic of all time, my favorite book of all time, To Kill a Mockingbird. I happen to have this Spanish language version in my stash, so that's really pretty to me, and it very much speaks to the story. It's very tranquil. But yeah, so that's my classic. And the next one is your favorite children's book cover. So I just flipped through my personal stash, and these are some of my children's books that I've collected over the years, not my son's books. So the oldest in my collection is The Story of Jumping Mouse by John Steptoe. This is a Native American legend retold and illustrated. So he wrote the story and illustrated it. And it's in a Caldecott Honor book. This story I read for the first time when I was teaching 3rd grade in Guatemala. And it happened to be in the Basil Reader. And I had a day where I didn't prepare ahead of time. I mean, I knew this story we were going to read and, you know, what activities we were going to do, but I didn't take the time to read the story before class. Bad teacher. But anyway, I read the story out loud to class and cried. So, totally learned my lesson there. And from that day on, I have never read to my class without reading the story first because, yeah. Totally, this made me tear up. So this is a great story. The next one I have is, if you haven't noticed yet, I like to collect things. And so I have a rather extensive armadillo figurine collection. I started collecting those also in Guatemala. I was just fascinated by, you know, the folk art style of the figurines and how different people and different cultures have different interpretations of what things look like. So it's really kind of fascinating to see my different figurines from different countries. I have quite a collection. But I also have several armadillo children's books. And so this is my favorite from my armadillo collection. And it's Armadillo Ray, written by John Bifus and illustrated by Peggy Turley. So it's kind of fun and colorful and graphic. And then this other one I just grabbed because it is just a charming, delightful story, and the rhythm of the words is so beautiful. It just really flows, and it's just clever and lovely. Martina, the Beautiful Cockroach, a Cuban folktale, retold by Carmen Agradidi and illustrated by Michael Austin. This is a fun book. If you ever get the opportunity to read it, it is just delightful. And then the next question is, do you buy books based solely on the cover? And the answer is no. I talked about this in one of my videos recently. I do judge a book by its cover, but I also check out reviews and read the dust jacket blurb to make sure it's something I like. So those are the 3 criteria I use to pick a book. But I will say that I do not buy books based on the cover. For example, the Man Booker International long list came out recently, and I've only bought one of those. And the reason is because the covers just don't grip me. I bought the Mercury one, Swallowing Mercury, I think it's called. Gorgeous cover. Could easily be in my top 5. And there's one other one on the list that the cover intrigues me, but the rest of them, they don't really reel me in yet. And I'm gonna watch some more reviews, like Camel Reads is doing reviews on the International, and I just watched his review on Swallowing Mercury, and it was great. So I think that I'll pick up more of those Man Bookers once I hear more about them, but yeah, the covers are not exciting yet. Anyway, so then the last question is, which cover in your stash best exemplifies, I have my little hope and eat sheet list of questions, best exemplifies your idea of a beautiful cover. So as I said earlier, a beautiful cover, it not only has to be stunning, but it needs to connect to the story. So this, I would say, is in my top 3 covers in my stash currently. This is another one, along with Essex, Serpent, and Commonwealth, that I saw it, and the first time I saw it, I wanted it so bad. I couldn't stand myself. Without even knowing what the story was about, I wanted it. Now, that's not to say that I would buy it without knowing what the story was about, but I wanted it. Human Acts by Han Kang, and I'm getting blowout on that. I hope you can see it good. This, after I read this story, I was blown away. This cover with this story is just a spiritual experience. This is poetic. When you read the story and you see this again, you're just like, wow, it's amazing. This is what cover art should be on many, many levels. So I hope you enjoyed that, because I enjoyed it tremendously. I love book covers so much. And I am going to tag a couple people. Silvia Kay, who is a newish booktuber and just delightful. I'm enjoying her videos a great deal. And then Kendra Winchester, who is so much fun. I love her videos as well. So I don't think either of them. Kendra is not quite as new, but she's still new, and I don't think she's done this tag yet. So hopefully neither one has done the tag and can do it for me, because I would love to see some more beautiful book covers. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye.